Hey there, welcome to the Get Fully Funded channel. I'm Sandy Reese, Chief Encouragement Officer here at Get Fully Funded, where we help small nonprofits learn to raise the money they need to fully fund their budget. I am here to help you master the art and science of fundraising tip by tip, and I've got a really good one for you today. But first, be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell so that every time we upload a new piece of content, you're the first one to know. All right, let's get to this week's tip. Hey friends, Sandy Reese here. If your board meetings feel like a big waste of time and like everybody is just waiting for them to end, you're not alone. There's an awful lot of organizations that know their board should be a huge asset, and instead it's the biggest pain in the asset. So let's talk about what's causing that and what you can do about it. All right, here are 5 signs that your board is not working. Ready? Sign number 1, people don't know what their role is. I have always said it's unfortunate that there's not a board school you can send people to when they agree to serve on your board. They don't know what their job is, or maybe they think they're just supposed to nod when you say, hey, let's do this thing. They're supposed to just rubber stamp everything. They're not clear about their roles, responsibilities, liabilities, and in the absence of all that, they do whatever looks fun or familiar. This is bad because it's going to lead to a lot of rabbit trails and micromanaging. So instead, what you can do is create a very clear board agreement and provide people with very clear training when they sign on to your board so they know exactly what they're supposed to do. That's going to head off a whole lot of those problems. Problem number 2, or sign number 2 that your board is not working, and that is that the same 1 or 2 people do all the work. Every time there's an event or there's something going on, it might be your founder or it might be your board chair. There's somebody that is doing most of the work. And this is not okay. A healthy board is not powered by one hero. It is work that is spread across a group of people who understand that they are trustees of that nonprofit. People are stepping up, they're taking on leadership roles, and they're responding to your emails and things. That's what it's supposed to do. One of the things you can do is track accountability publicly. What does that mean? That means at each board meeting, go over what people said last time that they would do. So if somebody said, oh yeah, they will check on a venue for a place for your event, ask them in front of everybody, did you get that done? And what did you find out about that? That'll help a lot. Sign number 3 that your board is not working, meetings are updates. That's all that's happening. I've been in these meetings, you've been in these meetings where I wonder why I'm there. It's like one person does all the talking and basically all they're doing is reading reports that they could have emailed to me. There's no real discussion. There's no real decisions made. It's very painful. Y'all, I have been on boards like that. I have resigned from boards like that because I just didn't feel like my presence was making any difference at all, and I couldn't see why I was there. So I said, you know what? I'm going to go find a better way to use my time. So what do? Well, make sure that you're crafting your board meeting agenda with full clarity and understanding exactly how you're going to engage people in conversation. Don't just show up and go over reports. People are adults. They can read reports ahead of time. What you want to do is make sure that you are crafting potential for conversations and that whoever is running that meeting is calling on people saying, hey, Rhonda, you've been really quiet tonight. What do you think about this? If you spend your time looking forward instead of backward, this is very, very helpful. So you may want to use a consent agenda to make sure that your meetings are focused in the right place. Okay, sign number 4 that your board isn't working, and that is that there is no fundraising culture. You've got a lot of great people, they're very nice people on your board, but when the F word comes up, people are real busy. They say, I'll do anything you need me to do, but I'm not asking anybody for money. You're nodding your head right now because you've got somebody on your board who has said this to you. Here's the thing. If you have a board of 10 people, you've probably got one person on that board who is comfortable with fundraising and everybody else doesn't want to do that. So there's a couple things you can do. Number one is you can recruit some board members specifically to help with fundraising, and that's super helpful. Number two is you help your board members understand that fundraising isn't just asking for money, that it could be making introductions, making thank you calls, helping to cultivate relationships, bringing friends by for a tour of the facility or bringing them to your event, providing names for the next appeal. Like, there are so many things that a board member can do that count as fundraising, and your job is to help them see that. Once they understand that they don't necessarily have to ask their friends for money, a lot of times they just have this huge release and relief. Okay, sign number 5 that your board isn't working is you avoid the hard conversations. You as the whole organization. So what does that mean? And what does that look like? That looks like underperforming board members who stick around forever. You know the ones that haven't been to a meeting in forever, and you wonder, why are they even on the board? They don't respond to emails or phone calls or texts or anything. There's no evaluations for the staff or for the board. And there's sort of a chronic low-level tension under the surface. There's just this big old status quo. There's no hard conversations happening. I've seen lots of organizations with that going on, and what I recommend is turn over a fresh leaf. It might have to do with getting fresh leadership in, people who are willing to have the conversations, people who are willing to say, hey, look, a board doing a self-evaluation every year is best practice. Let's try that this year. You want to normalize feedback. You want to make this part of your culture. And when you do, people are going to start sharing. They're going to start talking more. You see, your culture is key to whether you have a board that works or a board that disappears. If any of this, if you have one of these signs or a lot of these signs, you may need a board reset where you get everybody understanding what their role is. That's normally where we start. That's usually where I get a phone call like, hey, can you come do a board training? It's very common. And one of the things that I really hate is that it can change. You can get your board all whipped into shape, and then a couple of years later, some people have rolled off and you're kind of right back where you were, or you're dealing with a different dynamic on your board. It can be very difficult. So I recommend that you think about where your culture is now on your board and what you want it to look like, and then start to think about baby steps that you can take to shift that board. Because the truth is, when you have a high-performing board, you can accomplish so much more because you have many hands making the work lighter. You can reach further into the community, you can raise more money, and you can change more lives. And you know what? That's what we're here for. Hopefully this is helpful. Leave me a comment and let me know what you think about these 5 signs that your board is not working, and if one of these resonates with you. If you like this video, there's plenty more where this one came from. Be sure to subscribe and click the notification bell so that every time we add a new tip, you're the first to find out. I don't want you to miss a single thing.